We have a question here in the chat from Wayne Anderson, who's asking if there's any plans to add a daily profit and loss function.
Mhm.
This does come up um, uh, quite regularly. I know John has answered this many times, trying to. I'm assuming here the question is overall your account,
Yep.
not necessarily per position. And if I understand correctly, there's some difficulty for that because there's no functions that are available from the brokers to accurately be able to say, okay, yeah, we need to close the positions that because this amount of profit or loss overall. Is that right?
We're going to use the last in last out approach with the history of orders, but from a technical perspective, what we have to do is basically download all of the orders that exist in everyone's accounts in order to determine that P&L accurately, because not all orders in the system come through TradersPost. So essentially, we kind of have to expand our reach in terms of what data we gather from the brokers. Then we can start to calculate when you got into a trade and you sold. If you like, let's say you bought a share of Microsoft and then you sold a share of Microsoft, we'd pair that together as a trade, and then we give you the P&L for that. And let's say you open another share of Microsoft and sold it, that would be another trade that we monitor for you. And obviously, when you overlap or pyramid into positions, there's this last in last approach where your last trade gets paired with the last that you executed. So the last buy you had gets paired with the last sell you made. So when you pair the trades together like that, it gives you a little bit more accurate or reflection of what your positions look like over time. So I think that's our aim. We want to build something that gives you P&L on all of the paired trades together. But we're going to have to do some work to pull that off. And then that will give you your P&L history on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly, but just from a trade perspective. Now, we've already introduced the portfolio analytics in TradersPost. So if you go to your portfolio balances, we do some analysis on those balances to show you things like your Sharpe ratio, your max drawdown, things like that, the high level portfolio analytics. But as always, we are definitely always trying to look for new ways to give you more insights on how your trading is going.
As a offshoot to that, what if I was concerned about that I set my orders in too close together, that there's going to be race conditions there, that I might be stuck in a position that TradingView doesn't, it's not coherent with TradingView. Is there any mechanism or any fail-safe that you would recommend setting up so that, let's say anything went wrong, that no matter what, if a position fell by this amount, that the position would be closed, whether or not TradingView or TradersPost even knows that this position existed? There was a situation where I heard where somebody had a trade was still open, but they didn't know that it was still open because they were supposed to be. They sent two signals at the same time, and the position got one position stayed open when it should have closed, or they thought it should have closed. So I'm just wondering, like, I know in TradingView, what I'll do sometimes is with a client, I'll always regularly send a message through, an alert through that says any position that's open, just close it. Because I'm not expecting a position right now, so just close anything if it's not open, or close the position at the end of the day. Are there any fail safes like that you would recommend, either at the broker level or how to think about it in TradersPost, that just covers your bases in case you're in a trade that you didn't expect to be in?
Yeah. I mean, I think we could definitely integrate some kind of rule around that where, at the beginning of the trading day, if there's any open positions and you're expecting to start from a clean slate, you could probably add a rule on our side that closes any open positions. We don't have that functionality at the moment, but I think certainly if that's a request that comes up pretty frequently, it could be another tool we provide to sort of clean the slate, if you will, for your trading. I don't know that we have anything that would automatically find those types of scenarios. I think you would have to define when that would happen, and we could certainly execute that. But we would need to scope out what that looks like and add that as a feature.
Personally, to me, it seems like the sort of thing that I like to take care of at the broker exchange that I'm dealing with, or in the strategy side,
Mm-hmm.
because if the whole idea is to make sure that in some outlier condition that you're covered, well, then you're even introducing another thing that you have to rely on. So better just to make sure that you're checking the accounts, that you have an eye on that in order to make sure that you're the final arbiter of if a position should be open or closed.
Correct. Yeah, I think we would categorize this under normal maintenance for automated trading. It's not ever going to be like I set it up and I go to the Bahamas for 2 months. Like you still have to monitor what's happening in your accounts because there's
That's right.
unexpected things can happen.